In this video, I'm going to show you how to not be overwhelmed when you study the Bible. I've learned these ways over the years, and I found them to be the most consistent, reliable ways not to be overwhelmed when you do it. So here's how it works. First, you need to pick a small book. So start with something that's 3 to 5 chapters. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Mark, James, Philippians, something you can finish in a week and revisit it for life. It's something super short, super sweet, maybe even one of the second, third letters of John or Jude or one of those books. Just pick one and go with it. And that's number one. Pick a small book. Sometimes we think when we exercise or when we do life, we just have to go to the deep end. And there will be a time perhaps and a place for that. But when you get started, you just first of all need to pick a small book. That's how you stay not overwhelmed. Second thing I would say is pick a consistent time. Pick a consistent time, not a perfect one. That could be mornings, that could be lunch, that could be before bed, but just make it real. Make it repeatable. Set an alarm on your phone. Try to do something that reminds you of it. Go old school and put a note on your mirror or in your car, or have a friend text you, or just whatever it is. Just pick a consistent time. That's how you're not going to be overwhelmed. You notice a pattern here. These are not super spiritual things. They're just things you can take from other parts of life and really apply them as they go. So you're going to pick a small book, number one. You're going to pick a consistent time, not a perfect one. And then you're going to ask three guiding questions as you read through the Bible. First off is, what is happening here? What is happening here? In other words, just kind of think in your mind, take some notes, write them down, and just really try to understand the context. As you get deeper in your study, you'll want to pull out a commentary maybe, or listen to a sermon, or read an article, or find a study Bible. But when you're just first starting out, you really just want to ask the question, what's happening here? What am I noticing? What's the who, the what, the where, the how, and the why? And you may not even be able to pronounce all the names, and that's okay, or understand the context, and that's fine. We'll get there. You'll get there. But as you pick a small book in a consistent time and not a perfect time, what you're going to end up doing is you're just going to be a student of the text. You're going to ask questions about it. You're going to try and understand it. You're going to do everything you can to mine out what is in front of you. Another question you would ask is, what's happening is number one, but number two is, what's the truth here? What can I apply just by what I see? Do I see who God is? Do I see a responsibility to my family or others, or really just trying to be consistent that way? And then and there are universal truths. And I want to remind you that every scripture has one true interpretation. Every scripture has one true interpretation. So, for instance, John 14:6 says Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And what he means by that is exactly what he says. He's the way, the truth, and the life. He's not a way, a truth, or a life. He is the way, the truth, the life. That is the true interpretation. Now, that leads us into question number 3. So you asked, what's happening? What truth is here? And what do I need? Thirdly, what do I need to live out? In other words, what is something I can take away for my everyday life? What is something I can share with someone else? What is something practically that I've learned out of this that is helpful for me and is helpful for my family, my work, my job, my kids, my whatever? That's what you need to ask. So number 1, pick a small book. Number 2, pick a consistent time, not a perfect one. And number 3, ask those guiding questions. What's happening here? What truth is here, and how do I need to live this out? And number 4 is track progress and not perfection. Track progress and not perfection. You know, it's not about speed. It's not about efficiency. There are times and places that you need to read large chunks of scripture. That would go against number 1 as we start. But I just want you to know that sometimes showing up is the win. I can tell you that sometimes my heart, when I come to study or listen to the Bible or listen to sermons even, is as cold as ice. But I need to take time to pray. Lord, just melt my heart of stone, melt take my sin and melt it away. Just do all those things. And I think that's very, very important to do. And that leads into number 5 is you need to not do this alone. You need to not do this alone. Talk to a friend, talk to your spouse, talk to your kids, talk to a study group, talk to your pastor, talk to your small group leader, and say out loud what you're learning. Share it on social media, even if it's not perfect. Ask others for their insights. So, I was looking at, James chapter 1, verses 3 through 5, and this is what I thought it meant. Can you help me understand this? And if you do those things, If you do, if you pick a small book, if you pick a consistent time, not a perfect one, if you ask those guiding questions, if you track progress, not perfection, and you don't do it alone, you're going to find that you will not be overwhelmed when it comes to your study. In fact, I have written a guide with 50 expert level, at least I think they are. I've learned them along the way and put them to practice, and I've learned from the best, is Bible study tips. And if you'll write tips, TIPS, tips in the description or the comments below, I will be glad to send that to you. Tips in the comments below, I'll be glad to send that to you. Please feel free to do that as a gift from me to you. But know this is a journey, and know that you will grow over time. Not to get head knowledge and not to do those things, but to really be where you ought to be, spiritually speaking. Till next time, look forward to seeing you. My name is Darin Smith. This is Line by Line. We will see you then. If you have any questions, put those down below. Be glad to answer those as well. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.